Hi everyone, it's Katrin. Let me just check my audio and it's all correct. You should be able to hear me. So I'm gonna give it just a couple of seconds until people hop online because it's a little bit delayed always when we go live on StreamYard. And I'm also gonna place myself a little bit back. So we okay, it should be unmuted. In case you hopped on already, let me know if you can hear me, please. And then we're gonna get started shortly. I just wanted greetings. Oh, I see the Facebook user. This is what I get, and that is because of StreamYard not allowing me to see names if you are watching from a group. Hi, Tracy. So nice to see you. So whoever said greetings, let me know who that is. And I can hear you. That's perfect. And Tracy, hello to New Zealand, right? That's, I think, where you are right now. So it's lovely to see you all. So, as always, I'm streaming to a few different groups and pages, and that means StreamYard allows me to see your name only when you gave it permission, but it's not a big deal. So, don't worry about it right now. I'm just all about that you can hear me right now and that you see what Seth came up with for you. So, yes, 7 a.m. New Zealand. Oh my goodness. You are one of the early awake people. I know because the time difference is quite a bit. So, we normally in our membership, we try to do our lives for Tracy, especially at 3 p.m. So, yeah, that's a time difference. All right. So, you know what? I was just thinking, I would love to hear just one or two or three weird things about you guys watching right now before I go into our new feature. Because I was just thinking, it's like, it's so weird. You know, the one thing I will never miss and you will find in every single purse of mine or wherever I go is a pencil sharpener. I love pencil sharpeners, and I've got a different version of pencil sharpeners, but since we moved from Portugal, I left a few behind, but I've got a small one, I've got a double one, I've got also these big ones, and then also those roller ones. So isn't that weird? I mean, that's just weird, I think. So I love my pencil sharpeners. And I also love the fact that if I click do not disturb on my phone, do not disturb, it automatically syncs to my MacBook. And then I do not get emails in. I'm not getting disturbed. It's the best function ever if you want to be super creative. Yeah, so Donna, hi Donna. Now Tracy, that's early. That's exactly early. So let's get started with a new feature. I wanted to talk about the new batching and unit size feature. And by the way, I like boxes too. I love boxes, like small boxes. I reuse actually every single thing. This is for my pencil sharpener stuff. Okay, if you have something weird about you and what you do, please let us know in the comments so I don't feel alone. But anyway, here we go. So, Seth has been working the past week on creating this new feature, and I'm going to share my screen right now so we can get started, because I don't want to, I know it's early in some places. I also know people are going to work and others are maybe at work. I'm going to share my screen right now, and you hopefully will be able to see my screen over here. So I'm going to log in, and please, if you have any questions, let me know, and I will then go back and see what your questions are. But I wanted to show you this because, especially if you're creating multiple or batches basically, and you have to divide them up into separate products, this tool I think is going to be super nice. And let me just see if I actually give you the whole screen. I think that would be better, so you can see the entire screen. And maybe I can enlarge it by 1 point. All right. So, first of all, we're going to create a lip balm formulation because I think lip balms, it's the perfect way of creating a batch. And we know we cannot really go down in raw ingredients that much because a lip balm already has so little ingredients, especially around essential oils and vitamin E. It's like really hard to go down to creating one lip balm. It's actually impossible, in my opinion. So, what we do is often we create larger batches, but then we know that we need to have several tubes or containers to fill them up. So until now, that was not part of Blend Precisely, and we just pushed it to production. And you will now see, and what that means when we push something to QA and production, that means Seth is working on his local computer, then he's got it done, then it goes to quality assurance, meaning QA, I get to see it, and several other people are actually testing it before you will see it on production, meaning in the live environment here. So that all got done today, and you should see it right now when you log in your login screen, basically in Blend Precisely. So what you see here by default, you will have batch size 1. So that is just as default set because we don't know how many units you will create. Everything else pretty much stayed the same until you will see that in the moment we're going to start creating a new formulation. And the production time moved a little bit over, and the batch size got squeezed in here. And we still want to keep everything on one screen right now, just because the feedback for one screen is good. But it is slowly taking up more space than we want. But we did manage to get batch size in here. So let's just get started on the lip balm formulation. And by all means, take this one and try it out because it's really, really lovely. So my way of creating is that I actually create that I add all of my ingredients, and then I'm going to add the percentages. So as you know, there's the cosmetic mode, and then there's the non-cosmetic mode, meaning this one is here going to give you the option to calculate everything in percentages and grams. And then this one is literally for the regular, as we have learned it in most schools, where you add your ingredients and then you have a drop down where you can choose your unit. You're calculating tablespoons, cups, and whatnot else. I'm going to actually do this one in cosmetic mode just because that's what I mostly do, and this is how my formulations are written. So I'm going to create a 100-gram product, and that is approximately 3.5 ounces, I would say, if I'm right. So I'm going to create a 100-gram product, and I'm going to add, let me just add all ingredients right now, and I've got my little microphone right in the way. Oops, I hope you can still hear me and see me. Yes. No worries for being late at all. I just saw the message because this one is recorded. So sesame oil. I have to write it correctly, of course. So I'm going to add sesame oil. I'm going to add the traditional beeswax, but you could also exchange it for any other waxes. Then I'm going to add cocoa butter. And this time I got the cocoa butter from Mountain Rose Herb, and I also took the unrefined one. So it really, really smells delicious cocoa butter-like. I love this one. And the sesame oil, by the way, I just added because it's super skin nutritious, but also has like a little bit of a nutty aroma. It's beautiful, in my opinion. Not everybody likes the unrefined smell of cocoa butter. I love it. Okay, let's say orange. I'm going to add orange essential oil. And I'm also going to add the benzoin. I mean, orange, it's clear why I like orange in wintertime. And benzoin for me is like the vanilla-like aroma, but also it just always wraps, like this aroma is so warm to me. It just wraps me in, and that's what I need in wintertime. And then also I have sea buckthorn CO2 in here. So why I use this one is, of course, it's super skin nutritious. not just the skin has the vitamin A and vitamin E, but also because of the color. I want to give it like a small tint of orange, this entire lip balm scenario. And then I'm going to add vitamin E as well. So let me just add vitamin E as an antioxidant, and it's in. Okay, and now I'm going to adjust my percentages. So sesame oil, I have 49%, I have 29% of beeswax. My goal is to get to 100%, and we will see this down here at the bottom. So let me just get this all in here. The orange is 0.5. I put in 0.5% of benzoin. Then I'm going to add 0.1% of antioxidant and just 0.6%, I believe, of sea buckthorn. No, I missed something here, 0.5% and 0.9% of sea buckthorn. So I have entered all of my percentages, and what Blend Precisely does, it knows the batch size up here, the 100 grams. So it automatically divides everything up in the grams you need. So when you use a little scale, all you need to do now is take 49 grams of sesame, 29 of beeswax, and so on, and then it scales it all immediately. Now you can, of course, enlarge your batch size here easily. We know that already. It's part of Blend Precisely that you can change your batch sizes. And I am also happy with the dilution ratio for my lips. 1% is great. And now I'm just going to add the containers. So I just wanted to show you quickly. I'm going to use these containers now. So I haven't ordered them yet, but my goal is to try to use them as the eco-friendly version instead of the plastic ones and the lip balm tubes. So wait a second. That is actually, yeah, so those ones here, but I'm going to post the link. This is not where I would order them because it's the 100-piece quantity. And the minimum order quantity is 1,000 pieces. And I have found another source. I'm going to post that later on in here for these lip balms. So I have put the price in already. Otherwise, it will take too long. And these are the Easy Push lip balms. They are 4.25 grams or 0.15 ounce. So I know in this case that we have a 100-gram product, and I will be able to create around 23 lip balms from this 100-gram product. So if I have 4.25 grams that fit in more or less, I'm going to create most likely 23 lip balms, and I will put this in here, 23. So you create your batch over here in Raw Cosmetics, and then you have 23 lip balms, for example. And then what you will see over here, this calculation right now, what you see is the total COGS. That's what it was before, but we didn't have really the unit price. Now I can change the unit price here, the batch size, I mean, to 23, and it will immediately divide up your costs per unit, the retail price per unit, and also the profit per unit. So if you were not to put this before, it was like this, and it's like, okay, we have $30 in costs, and we have somehow $61 in profit, and total price was $92. We still had to go and use our calculator manually to create the unit price, and that was somehow bothering me, especially around the holiday season now, where I'm creating larger batches. And there is where I just asked Seth, please, can we add the unit price now, the cost per unit? So what we're going to do here, we know we're going to have 23 lip balms at the end of the day. I'm going to create 23 of them. So the formulation and the packaging, the total cost of this is $30.81, and that is without my production time right now. I'm going to leave this as it is just to let you see that basically the costs per unit for each lip balm, including raw ingredients and including the lip balm tube, is $1.34. And you know that you can change also to a different, obviously to Australian dollars, Canadian dollars, and so on. You can change the currency up here. But since I'm in the US, I will keep the US dollars, and I can see that, okay, the cost per unit is $1.34. Now my markup is 3, so the retail price per unit right now is $4.02, and my profit would be $2.68 per unit. Since this one is all organic and it's coming in an eco lip balm tube, and it has the most beautiful ingredients, including vitamin E, sea buckthorn, it's handmade, and so on, you can decide to maybe put the price a little bit higher. And maybe you want to sell it for a markup of 4 or 5, depending where you are in the world. But let's say you created or you sell it for $5.36 or $5.30 or $5.25, whatever your final price will be, you know that your profit per unit is around 4. That means if you, again, go out and you want to sell for the holiday seasons, you would need to obviously create a lot of lip balms, but you would also be able to see immediately, okay, in order to make $400, I will need to sell 100 lip balms. And that's where the unit price just comes in really, really handy. And then obviously I'm going to save this lip balm. Let's just call it Ben and orange, Ben and orange. And then 23 pieces I would put in, for example. Just like that. And then I would save it. And then this one is saved. And now you can basically go back. It's like, great, I'm going to create a 500-gram batch. And then I'm going to have 100 lip balms. And then everything is going to change immediately to those ones. And then obviously don't forget to change your batch size. So you know at the end of the day, you can have a profit of 417 or the total price is 556, but per unit, this is what it will cost you. So depending on the pieces you do. But the nice thing is that you really can create batches. You can increase and decrease your batch size. You can also just put them out as a single item. Let's so if you have here 100 grams and you say, okay, I only want to have one lip balm, and you know that one lip balm is 4.5 grams, you can literally go in and create a lip balm that is just one single piece. The problem will come in is you need to have a scale that will go down to 0.0045. And that's where batching comes in. It's basically when you have such small numbers, you do need to go up. But maybe you only have ingredients for 50 grams, and that's all you need. And then you can change it and you can add your 0.05 vitamin E. So this is how we play around. I'm just going to go back quickly, and I want to see, stop screen sharing. Oops, there I am. So I just wanted to see if there are any questions, because I think, Sylvia, hello, you're here too. That's so sweet. Hi all. So Donna, the sea buckthorn fruit oil is the best according to Susan Parker. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I love it. It's like an incredibly beautiful orange, like a carrot orange, and the aroma is out of this world. It's so beautiful. That is amazing. It will not do the percentages. Love it. Yeah, so you basically can play around with it. It will do it in the cosmetic mode version, but it will also do it in the regular version where you just work with drops and with grams or milliliters or ounces or fluid ounces. So you can do the batching and the unit pricing from either one. You're welcome, Donna. That's so freaking cool. Thank you, Seth. That's exactly what I told him too. The batch sizing is a great feature. I did figure out how to do it the other way, so time saving. Yes, so because we haven't had it in the system, I think now it's really something where we can save even more time. So from creating our blends from the very beginning to the final piece of knowing what your unit price is basically cutting your time so short, and you can play around. That's the nice thing. It's not that you have to do the calculation over and over again. You just literally change the batch size, or you change the you can even save it as a cosmetic recipe. So let's say you try it out with drops, and then you say save it as a cosmetic recipe. So you have all the possibilities, really. So we have mind readers. This is just what I need for today's formulas for Christmas gifts. Oh, I would love to be a mind reader. I think that would be awesome. I could do much more good than I think in this world. Facebook user is Andrea. Okay, great. Thank you, Andrea. Yes, because it doesn't say, since we are here right now in one of the groups. So are there any questions? That's my first one. Do you have any questions? Let me know. I also wanted to see, basically, I wanted to offer a Zoom class, a one-on-one Zoom class where we all can get on just Blend Precisely specific, where you can ask questions or you got hung up, because Blend Precisely has quite a few features. And if it is overwhelming for some, or if it is just not clear in some places, or if you want to discuss features or something else, I would love to get you, because this one is like a one way a little bit. And yes, I can see the comments and reply to them, which is helpful. But sometimes it helps if we are on a Zoom call, and Seth and I would get on a Zoom call and actually go for everybody who's especially new to Blend Precisely, or you need a refresher in some way, shape, or form. We can also do that. So we can just jump all on a Zoom call, and then we discuss and we show and we talk. And maybe we can also see how other people are actually using Blend Precisely. So that is the option. We have some real heavy users in our Blend Precisely app. They are in there every single day creating a ton of formulations. So let us know if, okay, so yes, Zoom, Sylvia says as well, Zoom class would be great. And then also Andrea, thanks you. Yeah, I like the Zoom idea. Okay, so let's plan that maybe, because everybody is super busy, maybe we're going to plan it really for January, and we are going to have a little bit more time again. But right now, I will put it on my calendar, and then I will arrange something with Seth, and we hop all on and see each other and talk about what else is needed and what you need to know. So with that being said, I still haven't seen any weird thing about you. I mean, I said I'm sharing my dearest sharpener experiences, which I love. I'm an addict to sharpeners. I also really love the don't disturb me feature on my iPhone that goes over. And I also love containers of all sizes and weirdnesses. So here you can see that I love fresh mozzarella. So I would love to know what your weirdness is, because I feel so alone over here. All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. This has been lovely. And you know that we are here. We show up every Wednesday, unless there is a holiday or something else. Send us your questions. We love to hear from you. And it's really, I think, just one of this beautiful thing in our aromatherapy community is that it's such a warm and sweet community, and that's what I think we love actually the most. So yes, so we are here for you, and let us know if there's anything. Liz, hi, nice to see you as well. Okay, great. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. So if you're new to Blend Precisely, let us know, and we will log. You know what? I'm gonna just send an email out when the Zoom class is happening, and then you can decide to hop on or not. Also a collector of containers. You should see my closet. Now I'm worried. You know what the safest thing was for me, Sylvia, is actually the move. I had to get rid of everything, but the containers actually started right over here again. I use every single container I can find to place, and I think order my stuff in, but sometimes I think it makes Seth crazy. But do you have the sharpener issue too? I have the sharpener issue. Love sharpeners. All right, ladies and gentlemen, in case we had gentlemen on here, Have a lovely, lovely Wednesday, and I will see some of you tomorrow in our Zoom call in our membership, and others I will see back next week. See all these container users? I love it. Thank you. Bye, everyone.